Hello everybody and welcome to kit 5, the beautiful springtime spinner card, and I'm going to show you how to make this. It's got a lovely shaker in it. Oops, it doesn't spin very well when it's flat, but right, just stand it up. So I'm going to show you how to do that. That's the card that I made to start with. I'll go through what is in your kit. Oops, let me just, that's got a little note to say that that's mine. So you've got your cover sheet, which it shows you all what's been cut, what's included, shows you what dies I've used. I've used John Next Door dies, JND 590, the Rosetta die, 564 strawberry flowers, 565 strawberry leaves, and then the coconut white clotted cream. I've used Tonic Craft Perfect pearlescent card in the palm green, as my green wasn't quite the right colour, so I went on to that. And it just says the butterflies is from a pop-up cards by Liuba, and this is the video which I'll be sharing online. So you'll have a little packet which has the acetate in. I put it in that so that it didn't get marked. You'll get a little bag that's got 2 little tiny magnets and the pearls that are to go on your card. I'll explain more about the magnets when we come to them. You'll get your foam, 2mm foam tape for the card, and then you've got your 3mm foam for the shaker part. I'm just going to lift my light up a little bit. I think that's better. Whoops, my light's gone out. That's better. You'll have a little bag that has got your shaker pieces in. Whoops. You've got all your shaker pieces in a little tube. Pop those to a side. You've got your spinner, and I can get it out. So I want to keep that safe, so I'm just going to pop that to the side. You've got your flowers, which I'm going to leave in there for the moment. And I'm just going to get my mat. And my first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut out the butterfly. I am when I can find my little scissors. They're fairly easy to cut out, so you know I wouldn't worry too much about them. So just in case, I'm so used to cutting these out now that I very nearly do them in my sleep. Depending on the actual style of the butterflies, some of them have got more little tiny shaped areas, scallops and that. Oops, I'm just going to trim that little bit of white out there. I don't like that little bit of white showing. Oops, doesn't want to come out. It will do in a minute. I'll get it. So it's okay. It's just literally work around the scallops. Some of them will have scallops, some of them will be a smooth edge. But I've tried to match the butterflies as closely to what we're doing. But I just like this. I love this beautiful lilac, purpley lilac. I thought it was gorgeous. There's some beautiful designs in her books. So if ever you want to actually have a look at some of her work, if you go to YouTube and look up Pop-Up Cards by Crafts by Liuba, you'll see some of her beautiful work, and it's absolutely stunning. And there's so many different so many different ways that you can use them. They don't have to be done as pop-up cards. Excuse me, I've got a tickle. You can use them as decoupage. You can use them, as we're doing on this, as a little topper in the back of the shaker style. You can use them for all sorts of things. So there's my butterfly all cut out. So I'm going to pop that to a side as well. Get rid of my little bits. And I'm going to now open my card. And this will have all your little bits in. And as I say, I have got my acetate in there. And these are all your beautiful pieces that I've cut. Now, because of this, it's better to do it as a stand-up card because of the weight. But what I'm going to do, first of all, I have put a circle, oops, I don't know what that is there, put a circle in the centre of your card, your base card. And the reason I've done that, and I'll show you actually with my ruler, you can see that the width of that, I did it in centimetres, so is, no I didn't, I did right. I found the centre, which that is 6 1/4, so it would be 3 1/8. So I'd mark that as the centre line, and again the other way, and I made that as your centre point. If at all, if you're in doubt, you can turn your card over and centre it again. I'm going to do this so you can actually see it on the opposite side. Just going to find my pencil. So I am marking my card. That's 6 1/4, so I want 3 1/8 there. And again, coming this way. So I want 3 1/8 that way. So if you just mark it at 3 1/8. So we've got that. So that's your 3 1/8 and that. That is the easiest way to centre them. I have actually done it already and marked it up with a little circle. So you can see there. So that is 3 1/8 in it that way. 3 1/8. 3 1/8 and oops, 3 1/8. So I'm going to now stick this onto my card, and if you've got spray glue, you will find that for the next part, spray glue actually is better, but it's not essential. Silly me with a silly tickle. I think it's there's a lot of oilseed rape out just at the back of the cabin, and I do react to it, so I think that's what's making me feel a little bit tickly today. So just let me get that positioned central. So then what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to pop these now. No, we're not. We're wanting to put these onto here next. Oh dear. These need to go on, just pop that to a side, onto these two little arches, and they fit exactly. Now, for quickness, I'm going to use spray glue, but I will do one with ordinary glue and one with spray glue, just to speed things up. So it won't be a minute while I just spray that. For anybody that wants to know, this is what I use. It is 3M spray adhesive. Actually, if I turn it the right way around, you can see display mount. I get it off Amazon, and as I say, it is a little bit expensive, but having said that, it is so useful for a lot of these intricate dies. So I'm just going to pop this. It fits exactly on. So I'm just going to now ease this on, just so that it fits on exactly. So that is now done with the spray glue. I'm now going to go and do it with my wet glue. So you can see that you can use either way. You do need a fine tip. I have to have a drink. Oh, be a minute. Right, that's better. So I am going to just run, and when it wants to come out, that's it, it's coming out now. Just run it right round the edge. Just very, very gently, keep it as close to the edge as you can. And if I go quiet, it's because I'm concentrating. But as I say, it's not too bad to do with the wet glue. But as I say, it just does take, obviously, a little bit longer to dry. And what I do is I just try and put some glue on the leaves, any areas that just need to maybe hold down a little bit easier than, I mean, it will make a lovely shadow effect, but I just like it just dabbed on some of these bits. And doesn't want much, just a few little dabs. And I'm going to turn that over and now position it. And again, like I did with the spray glue, I'm just going to manually just ease it on. And then just press it down lightly, and then just leave that to a side just to let it dry. What I'm going to do next is I am now going to add this onto the yellow, the lovely, well, I call it like a wheel, onto the yellow. Now you can, I did mark up on here, but I did think afterwards I found a different way of doing it. So if yours has got a circle on the back, ignore it, because I found a better way of doing it. Oops. So now again, just glue all the way around the outside. Just, oops, just gone off a little bit there. And just work round. And then I'm going to work into the middle as well. But I just want to work out around the outside first. And then I'm just going to dab some glue just down these, I call like spokes. Will just help to hold them down a little bit. They don't have to all be held down, but it just gives it a little bit of adhesion, should it, because we don't want it to move, obviously. And then just go round in the circle. And again, it fits exactly. And again, you can just ease it. Just ease it round with your fingers and just hold it like that. So what we need to do next is, while that's drying, I am going to add the acetate. I'm going to keep that little bit and use this other bit. So just open that. And this has already been cut to size. I am using the 3mm narrow tape because it is better to use a tape rather than wet glue for acetate. So I'm just working the tape, just easing it round. Just ease it round gently. It does curve quite easily, does this 3mm. And you'll just find that it does hold a lot better. And while doing this, it does just give it time to dry. The other piece is time to dry. So just like that. Where's my pokey tool? And oops. And take all the backing off. And try and position the circle as close to the edge to start with. And at this point you can trim it back. So I've just gone over a little bit there. So I'm just going to trim this back. I've just cut into the circle. That's silly me. Just cut that little bit off. Oops, let's get rid of them bits. So we've done that. So let's just leave them for the moment, and then we're going to start and add some of our bits onto the card, because these now should have dried. So we're wanting the 2mm. So we're just going to run it. It will just fit down the side like that. It doesn't show on the inside, so don't worry. So I'm going to do both pieces first. And that's so. And then we need these other pieces, oops, to work on the sides. Just caught that a bit, so let me get that straight. That's better. And just run this there like that. And if you would like, you can just keep them little bits. They may come in handy for other bits. So again, we'll just go on to the other piece. And again, just run it right down the edge and cut it off. Do it over here so you can see where I'm doing it. Oh, let's do that there. Whoops. Making sure I've got the top in the right place. Now, a lot of people like to take all the foam covering off. I don't. As you'll know me, I only take a bit off. It gives me a lot better chance of positioning it. So I'm going to pop just some dabs of glue. It just takes the static off. And we just want to, if I can move it up so you can see, you only want a little edge showing. It doesn't need a lot. Whoops, put that down a bit too quick. And that just goes in like that. Oops, that slipped. Like that. And then you can take your tape off. And it just, as you can see, it just wants just a little narrow border round. So again, we'll go to the other side. Do exactly the same. Again, just some some little dabs of glue just to take the static off. And again, now this time you can line it up so you're matching these two parts here so they're balanced. So got that now, so it's in the right place. This is where we're going to go on to putting the spinner. So first of all, we'll want some of the 9mm tape and pop this. I put this onto the wider. There's a tiny little edge there. I put it onto the wider side first, and then just trim it round. And again, with my pokey tool, just get the, we'll lift it up if it wants to come off. Sometimes it comes up as easy as anything. There, that's got that. Right, so I'm going to pop this now right into the centre here. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go onto the 6mm tape. I'm going to put 6mm on there. And then I'm going to add the magnets. And you'll see why in a minute. Because it's, yes, trying to centre the two is not always that easy. And if you've got the magnets on, the magnets find its own centre, which I found is so much easier. Oops, just let me get the tape off here. That bit off. And try and get them as close in. Actually, if I put it, stick it on something metal, I can ease it and then it's in the centre. So then add another bit of tape onto the top magnet. And then when we come to pop this on, it'll find its centre. So just going to pop this to a side while I now start and work on the, I forgot where I put them. Where have I put them? I put it down somewhere. Where's it gone? Oh, it's there. Going to pop the, you'll maybe have too many of the shakers, so don't worry. But this is where we go on to putting the foam tape onto the back part. But what I'm going to do first, and it will help, is just rub a little bit of anti-static pad on. It does help them move. And I'm going to go onto the 3mm tape, and again ease this round, ease it round carefully. This is proper shaker tape, so it shouldn't stick. Oops, get on. And just make sure that what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my blade, and I'm just going to make sure that it's cut at an angle so that when I come to put this one on, I can cut this one at an angle as well. So it should be completely smooth and there shouldn't be a gap. So there, so I've done that. So then this should seal completely. And make sure that I'm cutting this in the right place. So as you can see, that there now is completely sealed. And what we need to do now is carefully tip some of these just into the centre. And then we're going to apply the acetate dome onto it. Just going to take the tape off. And it's just torn at that side, so I'm just going, whoops. And take this bit off at this end, that's it. And very, very carefully centre it and press it down. It's a lot easier to do it that way than trying to put it inside the dome and then so. And what I've forgotten to do is I've forgotten to put the butterfly in. That you should have put the butterfly on first. Now I don't know whether I can actually get this out. So you'll have to apologise. I have to apologise, but what I would have done there before I put the shakers in, I would have put the butterfly in. What I'm going to do is I am going to actually put the butterfly on the front of the card. And I am sorry, that is my error. I should have put that in first, then put the shakers on, then put the acetate top on. So I'm ever so sorry. So right, we're now going to centre this onto the card. So we need to take the foam tape off the magnet. And we can now make sure that I'm going to have to do this stud up so that I can get it level. But if you get this centre, and there, that is centred lovely. So, and then if you want to, you can take that off at any time. But what we'll do now is we'll make the flowers up and the leaves. If you want, I'm going to just tip mine with a little bit of blue. No, actually, I think I'll maybe use the purple instead of the blue. I'll just find I've lost my little. Oh, it's there. I'm going to say, I wondered where it had gone to. So first of all, I'm going to get all my flowers and leaves out and just pop them onto my foam mat. Oh, come on. What I will do is I'm going to actually, come back. Just going to leave my leaves to a side to start with and work on my flowers. So I'm just going to pop my leaves across to the side. And I'm going to now put my flowers into sizes. So you've got 2 large, 2 medium, no, 3 medium, sorry, 2 small, and then there should be, I think it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the small ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, come back. I am just going to just tip the flowers. It doesn't want a lot, just on the tip. Always hold it up, else if you try to do it when they're flat, you'd put far too much on. So again, just tipping round. And this just gives the flowers just that little bit of definition. I love making flowers up. And then we'll shape the flowers and put them together. And the lovely are these strawberry flowers, really pretty. As I say, I just fancied doing it in a different colour to what I did the sample, just to show you how it works in any colour. And these. Oops, come back. And then on these, I'm just going to, oops, try and hold them down. I like these so that the dark in the middle when you put them into your flower. Right, so I'm just going to move my ink pad out of the way and get my long tweezers. I do find that long tweezers work really... Ooh, I've lost my top off that. Maybe just put that aside, else that'll have dried up. So I love to... Now, it's up to you whether you turn them down or up, but I like mine folded up. So I'm putting the tweezers just down the centre and squeezing them up. And just work around all your flowers like this, except the centres. I just need to bring mine in to see which ones I've layered up, so... And if you've got glue glaze, which is this, use that to put your flowers together before you actually put them on your card. It dries a lot quicker than using, the ordinary PVA glue. And just working my way around them. They're really pretty, are these flowers. Gonna have to use them a little bit more often, I think. And they're very easy to shape. And just working around them. And then with my ball tool, where is it? It's the wrong one. Where's the other one? Ah, there it is. Oh, that's right, I've got it, yes. Just going to circle around the centres and just press down as I'm doing it. So just circle around and press down at the same time. Move that out of the way. Right, so I'm going to do is some glue. Oops. I think I must be nearly out of this one. Let me get my other one. That one. This one might be. That's better. So offset them. And just offset them. That does not want to be offset, does it? It's been annoying. And then just press down and hold for a moment. And press down and just hold it for a moment. And then we want a little one in there, a little one at the darker centres. And really pretty. And let's do this little one next. And again, whoops, offset. Does not want to stay. It keeps sliding, does that one? It won't stay. There. Just put a dark one in the centre. They're really pretty flowers, don't they? And while those are just drying off, I'm just going to shape some of these petals, leaves. Now, all you need to do is just sort of screw them a little bit like that. You don't need to do much, just squeeze and twist. It's with the cut lines in, they twist lovely. Just do this and that, all these little ones, just a case of I just want a little twist, push down in the middle and then just lift at the side. So you see, just push in and lift up. So push in, lift up. Push in, lift up. Push in, lift up. It doesn't matter if they go a funny shape because all leaves are different shapes. So move that out of the way and bring our card back in. Make sure that I've got it with the top fold. Yep. So where's my... Oh, it's here. I was wondering where I'd put this. So 2 of the bigger ones. If I move this just across a bit so you can see. Just add some glue. And I'm just going to pop that one there. If I move that out of the way a bit, then I can bring my card across, can't I? Oops. And again, just bring that and pop that one in there. Whoops. Make sure that if you do that, that it goes under. If you put it on the top, it'll stop it spinning. So then I'm going to... Oh, put it there. My glue gel. So I'm going to take... Actually, I'm going to put the gems in, I think, first. I think that might be a safer bet. I'm just going to put a dab of glue into the centre of the flowers, and then I can put the beads, the pearls in, can't I? come back. Whoa. Just going to tip the little beads out. Just be careful when you do tip them out because there's some quite tiny ones. And I get me pick up tool. Pop one in the centre of there. Whoops, come back. One in the centre of there. In the centre of, whoops. One in there. Oops, go in. I think I've lost one. Might have another little one floating around somewhere. Have I got? Yeah. I think as I've tipped them out, I think one's probably gone onto the floor. That's all it needed. So we'll move that back up there and we'll start and pop. So I'll put these other bigger ones, yeah, up at the top. Oh, had that one there. And that one there. And so now go on and get my glue gel. Oh, well, I may as well pick everything up off the floor. I'll be so glad when we get this all put back to rights. And just that one up there. And put this one on there like that. Then we want, right, so I want this one. This one I'm just going to tuck under like that, and then add a leaf. In like that, and just going to get my tweezers to pop this one in. Tuck that one there, and one of these little leaves. And tuck that one just under like that. And this one. And I took this just under there. And one of the little leaves. And, ooh, where are we? Took that one just under there like that. And ooh, let me just going to just add some little petals just under this corner. Whoa, come back. That one doesn't want to go in. That's it. And tuck that one in there like that. And I don't think I want that at the moment, so I'll put the glue gel away. I'm just going to tuck these two up here. Again, just tuck them just underneath. And again, in like that. And let me see. Where have I put the butterfly? There. So I could actually put the butterfly in there, as long as it's stuck down at that point, or even, that's a point. Yes, I know where I'm going to put it. And actually it might be better with glue gel. I'll get my glue gel again. Got a hair on there. I'm going to pop that on like that, and come on, stay on. And then just got to put a couple of little leaves there to balance out the weight of the butterfly. Oops, get in. And just slide that one just under there like that. And there is your finished shaker. And let me just move everything out of the way so I can bring the other one in. So as you can see, whoops, that has moved. So that is the one which was the sample card. This is the one we've made today. As I say, just make sure that your flowers at the bottom and up at the top there aren't touching the edge of the and I hope you enjoy making this card, and please share them, because I do love to see how you interpret them. So as you can see, I made a bit of a mistake by not putting the butterfly underneath, but I think it looks quite nice put on the top this time. So it just goes to show how you can vary the design. So please share your makes and let me see how you interpret them. And I'll see you on the next kit. Thank you, everybody. Bye.